What's up, Vespa loving friends? You see that? Do you hear that? Oh yeah, 2015 Vespa PX150. What's up? This is Steve from Vespa Motorsport and Scooter West. We've got a Mexican market two-stroke Vespa PX150 that worked its way across the border and into our shop for some general maintenance. The PX, the quintessential vintage Vespa. Started in making this bike in 1977, had a continuous production run until about 2013. 2013, Vespa said, that's it, we're done with two strokes. No more were they gonna manufacture this bike. There was such an outcry from the fans of the classic shifting two-stroke Vespa aficionados and fans out there that Vespa had to bring it back. Unfortunately, a bike like this is not available in California, nor in the United States. However, they are sold in Mexico, and we have a customer that purchased one down there, kind of brought it to us for maintenance. So this is it, a 2015 PX150. You heard it, it's a two-stroke, it's a shifter, it's got the auto lube, everything about it is PX. It's got electric start, which is awesome. Hit the button, fires right up. Many of our customers and friends out there have Vespa PXs in their garage. Not much has really changed. I will say the fit and finish is exceptionally good on this particular bike. Definitely better than the 2005 PXs that were actually imported and available for purchase in the United States. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about different trim bits, but we are definitely going to highlight a couple things that are like unique on this one. First and foremost is this seat. The seat's actually available on the Scooter West website. We classify this as the PX seat. Extremely comfortable, really stylish. It's got this beautifully stitched top portion. It's got a distinct spot for the passenger, ample room to slide forward and back, and then a nice little passenger pedestal. You notice too, the seat slopes back a tiny bit, maybe like half an inch to an inch more than a normal P seat. So this bike is exceptionally comfortable for riding two up. It's got the taillight that has been the mainstay on the Vespa PX line since 2001. So the beautifully contoured lens with the chrome license plate base. Comes standard with the chrome turn signals with the clear lenses. Of course, it's got the amber bulbs. It's kind of got the black PXE style bumper on it that looks really nice. This is one thing that they did that is absolutely stunning. I don't know if we'll be able to see it on the camera, but the little center mat actually is embossed with the Vespa logo, and it's got these very attractive lines molded into it. It looks like rubber, but it's actually hard plastic. A nice improvement over the one that you saw on like the PXs. The Vespa insignia absolutely setting it off. Instrumentation wise, it's got the same style of instrumentation. I don't know if we'll be able to see that. Same style of instrumentation that you found on 2005 PXs. Of course, it's got a fuel gauge as well. The mirrors actually protrude through the top of the handlebars, which is a nice touch. The disc brakes, of course, has been standard on the PX line since about, don't quote me on this, 1998, 2001, something like that. So it's got the nice fully hydraulic front disc brake. You can see the master cylinder up top. And of course, the handlebar cover is specific for the front disc brake model bikes. Continuing on down, you can kind of see the hydraulic line, the disc brake. It's got the standard 5-star PX disc style hub. The nicest thing they did, and any of the Vespa PX owners or P200E, P125X owners, you know, 1977 to 1983, you see they actually went back to this original style horn cover. God, it just looks very, very beautiful. You notice the little Vespa logo is no longer there, but it's the exact same shape as those first generation PX bikes. And then of course it's got the more modern Piaggio badge. It's standard on all the current products that are coming out. Locking cowls, so the seat pops up just like any PX would, and it's got the locking cowls that have been kind of commonplace on the PX line since 1984. You can see that there. Of course, it's got the helmet hook there. These are nice. These retrofit onto any of the PXs. So your helmet, of course, can kind of hang there. When you close and lock the seat, your helmet is secure. PX line has had that since they were first introduced in 1977. Mechanically, like we talked about, 150cc, it is the two-stroke application. I go and pull the cowl off for everybody at home. It does have a pretty catalyzed exhaust system as well as intake. So it's got some extra components on here that are going to look pretty foreign to most of the vintage Vespa owners. So it's got this air injection tube that pulls like unburnt exhaust gases and funnels them back up into the airbox. Again, I think they call it the Euro 3 spec or something like that. You know, two-stroke emissions laws are pretty strict in Europe, so in order for this thing to be compliant for manufacturing and sale in most of the European countries, they had to have this crazy catalyzed exhaust and this air injection system. Other than that, mechanically, the bike is a PX150 that dates back to, you know, the late 70s. Everything else is pretty much the exact same on it. And of course, if you really wanted to, all that could be removed. You can do cylinder kits, you can do exhaust, you can do any number of things to it. Other thing too is I believe Mexico is the only market that actually gets this bike as a PX150. In all the European markets, I believe it's just a 125. That's pretty standard. So definitely a rare bike, not the type of thing that comes to the shop with any regularity. And kind of cool to actually see it and be able to kind of nerd out and check it and kind of run the fine tooth comb over it and really check it out. There it is right there, if we can see that. The real deal. Piaggio & Co. SPA, made in Italy. This is not an Indian-made LML, folks. This is the real deal. Genuine Italian PX, 2015.